नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल आणि येवकार तुमकां सगळ्यांक इन स्पेशल एपिसोड ऑफ गजाली. आमचे गोय कितले सुंदर आसा न्ही, आणि ह्या गोंयान आमी कितलेशेच लोकांक आपापले वेगवेगळी कला सादर करतना पळयतात. इफ्फी म्हळ्यार इंटरनॅशनल फिल्म फेस्टिवल ऑफ इंडिया जेन्नाच्यान गोंयान सुरू जाली, गोंयान परत एक फावट फिल्म कल्चर जो आसा तो रुचपाक लागलो. हांव परत एक फावट इतल्याच खातीर म्हणटा कारण कितलीशीच दर्जेदार फिल्मां ह्यान पयलीं सुद्दां आमच्या गोंयान रिलीज जाल्ली, जांचे मागीर हिंदीन सुद्दां रिमेक केले गेले. अशी जायती फिल्मां आसा आणि गोंयान फिल्म कल्चर हो पयलीं पासून आसा, पूण कांय खिणा खातीर तो मातसो पयस गेल्लो म्हणपाक शकता. बट परत एक फावट आमच्या मदीं आयिल्लो आसा आणि अशी कितलीशीच फिल्मां दर वर्सा आमच्या गोंयान रिलीज जाता. ह्या वर्सा म्हळ्यार 2020 ह्या वर्सा सावन काय जायती बरी बरी फिल्मां रिलीज जावपाची आसा. आनी तातूंतलेच पयलें फिल्म जें गोंयान रिलीज जाता तें म्हळ्यार पेद्रू पोदेर. आनी म्हाका दिसता हें फिल्म नांवा वयल्यान कळटा की कितले गोंयकारांचें आसा तें, कारण पाव जे म्हणटा आमी ते आमच्या गोंयानूच खूब फामाद आसा आणि गोंयच्यानूच खुबशे कडेन पाविल्ले अशे एक खाद्यपदार्थ आसा. आणि ह्या फिल्मा बद्दल उलोवपा खातीर आमच्या कडेन ह्या फिल्माचे कास्ट एंड क्रू आमच्या बरोबर आसा. सगळ्यात पयलीं हांव येवकार करता ह्या फिल्माचे डिरेक्टर जोजो डिसोजा हांचे. सर नमस्कार टू द शो.
नमस्कार.
तशेंच आमच्या बरोबर आसा द मेगा स्टार, जाचे शिवाय आमी फिल्म इनकम्प्लीट अशें म्हणपाक शकता आणि जे प्रत्येक फिल्मान आमकां हांसयता, रडयता, आपले एक्टिंगेंतली सगळी कला दाखयतात, ते म्हळ्यार मेगा स्टार ऑफ गोवा जॉन डिसिल्वा सर. सर नमस्कार परत एक फावट तुमकां आमच्या
सगळ्यांक तुमकां माये मोगा नमस्कार.
तशेंच आनी एक म्हत्वाचे व्यक्ती आमच्या बरोबर आसा, जेका पळयता आसतना एक एक्टर म्हणून तुमकां दिश्टी पडटले ते, बिकॉज येस तांची पर्सनॅलिटी तशीच आसा. बट आयज आमच्या बरोबर एज अ प्रोड्युसर म्हणून आसा दीपक बांदेकर सर. सर नमस्कार तुमचे सुद्दां. अँड अगेन वी हॅव द बिझनस हेड ऑफ दीस फिल्म उमेश सिन्हा सर. सर नमस्कार परत एक फावट. ओके, आय स्टार्ट विथ दी डिरेक्टर. म्हाका सांगा, जशें हांवें म्हळें की पेद्रू पोदेर हें जें नांव आसा तें गोंयकारां खातीर म्हाका दिसता आनीक परत एक्सप्लेन करपाची गरज ना तातूंत. कशें नांव सुचलें आनी कित्या खातीर हें नांव आसा?
Actually, this film is a story of a person. He happened to be a poder. तो एक poder असलो. आणि it happened, and there was a poder who I knew, who always said कि he wants to dream big, money is everything. And from there the idea came कि like his name was Peter, and everyone used to call him Pedru.
So this is real name?
Yeah, it is a real name. And he knows me. He's from Trikalim, a friend of mine. Though the story is not his story because he's still a poder. He never did what our poder did in our film. So the concept came from there. And Pedru poder basically is Pedru poder who doesn't want to be a poder anymore. It's like sometimes when you have your traditional business, you think of going beyond the traditional business. In terms of he starts chasing money, getting greedy for money, and then how money changes his life. That's how the concept flows actually. It's basically a life-changing story where you chase money, you get money, and then you realize that money doesn't give you your happiness. He falls in love with a very rich girl, and then he doesn't like being called a poder. He keeps saying, "Beja zala lok, maka poder poder," you know, like, so that upsets him.
Exactly.
So that's how the concept came about.
So who wrote the story?
The story was written by me and co-written by, incidentally later I came to know he was John's son, but I met this boy called Chris Silver through another person. There was an actor Anirudh who talked about Chris a lot, and then when I asked him, he said, "Yeah, John De Silva is my father." And then we, you know, started working together, and we had a very good understanding and a good rapport. And Chris was working with us for some time. And during that time, I said, "I'm going kar," but for me, sadly, my Konkani hasn't improved. And when I tried talking to people in Konkani, people in restaurants, anywhere you go in Goa, they say, "नहीं, हम इधर का नहीं, हम बाहर का है." So where are the Goans to teach me Konkani? There are no Goans left to teach me. I tried, and it was a bad effort. So when Chris and I sat, we really had a good understanding of the story. And then he took my dialogues and then he added a twist, and then we asked John De Silva to give us his inputs. And we have a very strong team of people with us, who's like, you know, we sat down, we took our idea, and then we said, okay, let's now get this to work. So dialogues also we were helped by John, by some by Spirit also helped us with a few, Spirit Fernandez. And our production team is a good team that like we sat down, saw the story, made the movie on paper, and then decided, okay, let's do this.
विल गेट बॅक टू यू सर पूण ताच्या पयलीं दिपक सर म्हाका सांगा गोंयान आमी जेन्ना प्रोडक्शन म्हणटा किंवा प्रोड्युसर जेन्ना खंयच्या फिल्मान पयशे घालता ते 10 फावटी चिंतता बिकॉज रिटर्न कितले मेळटले बिकॉज वी डोंट हॅव दॅट मच ऑफ थिएटर्स मागीर तितले शोज लागना मागीर ऑडियन्स तितलो येना पळोवपाक हे धाडस घेवपाचें किंवा फुडें सरोन येस आय विल प्रोड्यूस वन फिल्म इन गोवा कितें आशिल्लें
I guess there are two things, aspects to a businessman. One is his passion, and two is the financial aspect to how that passion can be realized. In my case, I always had a passion for films. Like you said, maybe I could. It's too late to act, but it is never too late to produce a film. So our first production started that way. The director Jojo is a close friend. He's been associated with our business group for over 20 years, 30 years. And we've always seen his creative side. So when I thought that I want to do something in films, I sort of linked up with him. And it started off from there, that Kashikariya, I have this thing that I want to, try and do something in terms of creativity, and shall we make films? He was already making and directing films. And I said, let us try that. And it started off with our first venture together, which was a Bollywood film. So I would say from there we have moved beyond. And I would say coming and doing a regional film after a Bollywood film was a different experience. But I wanted to do something regional in Goa. And it started with me being a big fan of John Bob and his comedy, and
everyone is.
So when I told Jojo, I said we need to do something, but I want John in my film. At least our first Konkani film should have him in whatever angle that we can. His comedy is fantastic, but we always had it to, you have to add masala in anything that you do. So the story was great. It is about a Goan person, a Goan bred man. And coming to your question of putting in money and deciding how to go about it, like I said, passion comes first, but the numbers worked out when we sat down and we realized how this industry is growing and how there are various media options where you can end up realizing you don't always have to have only a theatrical release or a show. So I think we have a lot of options today of not thinking twice about wanting to put in money somewhere, because if you find options, you can realize your money back. And finally, it's about promoting, I think, our culture and our art. So this story, as well as others that we make, if in Goa and on Konkani, will be about Goa and Goan people and Goan
culture.
What do you think, as a producer, what Goan people like a love story or action movie or suspense movie?
Well, there was a saying I heard in one of the Hindi films which said there are only three things that work. Which is entertainment, and entertainment.
Good answer.
So in whatever way you look at it, I think it has to be entertaining.
So I think so that's a good quality of producer.
I hope so. It works.
So sir, I'm coming to you. John sir, एक हांवें जे उदर म्हळें की जॉन सर ना जाल्यार फिल्म इनकम्प्लीट शें दिसता अशें कित्याक सर
ना तेंच ना कितले फिल्म हांवें नासतना
बट ना पूण जॉन सर आसप जाल्यार एक ऑडियन्स जो आसा तो थिएटरा कडेन वता किंवा यस जॉन सराचें नवीन कितें तरी येता हें पळोवपाक वता हाव इट फिल्स
बरें दिसता न्हू आनीक पयलीं सुवात दिसाचें म्हाका तूं काळजां सावन देव बरें करूं आनी प्रुडंट टीव्ही हे चॅनला काळजां सावन देव बरें करूं आनी प्रुडंट टीव्ही चोवपी आमगे सगलीं भाव भयणांकूय काळजा खोलाय सावन देव बरें करूं कित्याक जेन्ना कोंकणी फिल्म येयले न्हू पयलेंच फिल्म येयलें तेन्ना पासून तूं आमचे वांगडा आहा सो फिल्म आमी कोत्ताय टीम मेळटा पयशे घाताय फिल्म कोत्ताय पूण तें फिल्म मागीर चॅनला वयल्यान लोकां मेरेन पावोवपा काम तुमी केलां
थँक्यू
कित्याक जितल्याय फिल्मान हांवें एक्टींग केलां म्हाका दिसता तितलेय फाटी तुवें इंटरव्यू घेवन तो लोकां मेरेन पावयला सो तुका सचिन बाब काळजां सावन देव बरें करूं आनी एक पाटी प्रुडंट टीव्ही काळजा खोलायसान देव बरें करूं कित्याक हें एक बरें काम तुमी कोत्ताय हो एक आमगे गोंयांत चड फिल्म जायनाय पूण जेन्ना एक एक येता न्हू तेन्ना तुमी भरपूर सपोर्ट कोत्ताय आनी तुमकडल्यान मागीर आमकां लोकांलोय सपोर्ट मेळपा जाय
थँक्यू
सो अशें दिसता जाय जाणां आसताय आमचे बारा कित्याक आमगे गोंय म्हणल्यार धाकलेंशें आमकां हांवें दिसता आमी केन्नाय तरी अरे तेंगे चोय मलयाळम कितली पिक्चर येताय कन्नड कितली पिक्चर येताय सो आमकां हांवें दिसता आमी केन्नाय तरी बाबा तेंचे भाशेन भरपूर पिक्चर कोरया आनी आमगेले फिल्मा लेवल वयर वयर व्हरया कित्याक सगल्यांकू आपआपल्या जे जल्मा येयलो गांवांत एक व्हडपण आसता आपल्यालोय त्या लेवलाचें आसता सो हें काम आमी कोत्ताय म्हणटून दिपक बाब प्रोड्युसर जोजो सर डायरेक्टर मागीर तुमगे अशें करून हेल्प मेळना मागीर लोकांनी चोयलें जाल्यार बरें दिसता कित्याक फिल्म येताय म्हण आनी लोकांनी चोवपा जाय
सर थँक्यू फॉर तुमी वर्ड्स म्हळ्ळे ते आनी हे म्हाका दिसता एडिटरान कट करिना जाल्यार पुरो कांयच हितुरले दवरले पुरो दवरतले येस बट सर तुमचो रोल कितें आसा ह्या फिल्मान
ह्या फिल्मान जेन्ना म्हाका जोजो सरान फोन केलो आनी जॉन म्हणालो आपण एक फिल्म करपा सोदिता आनी तेणें नांव डायरेक्ट सांगिल्लें पेद्रू पोदेर आनी 15 स्टोरी आनी आपल्याक तूं जायो मेळपा शकता हांवें म्हणलोय दोगोय मेळ्ळे उलयले आनी हांवें ताका पयल्यान सांगिल्लें फोनाचेर सर कॉन्सेप्ट बरो आहा कित्याक न्हू सचिन बाब तूं आतां चोयशी न्हू गोंयांतूं एक तें पेस आहलोलो आमगे जे पोदेर आहलोले न्हू ते आतां डिक्लायन जायत वयताय दुसरें आमगेलें थेवयपण गोंयचें डिक्लायन जायत वयताय दोरजेपण थोड्या थोड्यांनी सांबाळना सो हें सगळें डिक्लायन जायत वयत न्हू तेन्ना एक फिल्म येता पेद्रू पोदेर आनी हे पेद्रू पोदेर हेज म्हाका सरान सांगता कॉन्सेप्ट लायक कित्याक लागू जालो जाणा म्हाका तूं खंयचेंय काम कर खंयचेंय प्रोफेशन कर तें ल्हान आसना कळ्ळें तुका न्हू सगळें प्रोफेशन लायक एनी अदर प्रोफेशन सो तितूंतल्यान कितें आसता तूं पळय जे प्रोफेशनाक तुगे डेडिकेशन दिता आनी मोग दिता न्हू हें चड इम्पॉर्टन्स दाखयलें त्या फिल्माक तूं खंयचेंय प्रोफेशन कर पूण मोगान कर कित्याक तो तेगे फुडें पांय आसता न्हू तो आपल्यागे पुता शिकयता पूण ही एक गोंयची स्टोरी ती आमच्या गोंयच्या पदराची आनी तेगे ती जर्नी स्टार्ट जाता तेन्ना सो ताका कितें दिसता आपूण पोदेर सदां पोदेर रावचो कोण तरी व्हडलो जावचो सो ही तो जर्नी चलता आसतना कितें जाता कितें सारकें आहलोलें कितें रॉंग केलें तेणें सो हेजे एक मरे सगल्यांक आख्ख्या गोंयभर एक मॅसेज वयतली एक आमगे ओरिजिनल जो कल्चर ट्रेडिशन पळय कितें आहा न्हू तें बेस्ट आमगे इंडियेचें गोंयचें ट्रेडिशन कल्चरा लागपा न्हू कांय ना जायत आमी हेर देशां मातशी गरीब जायत पूण आमगे देश कल्चरान आनी ट्रेडिशनान ग्रेट तितू रीच आनी खंयची कंट्री ना
म्हाका दिसता हे काळजान पावपा सारकी उतरां आसा सर
कित्याक थोडे आमगे कल्चर ट्रेडिशन हें पूण तें डिक्लायन जाता तेन्ना दूख भोगता जे मानी आनी ह्या फिल्मांत तें जोजो सरान सांगिल्लें ते भाशेन मनी इज नॉट एवरीथींग हें जायत पाट म्हणटाय पूण तें हिंगाय लागता प्रोफेशना कडेन मनी इज नॉट एवरीथींग
एक्झॅक्टली आय थिंक एक एक्टर जो आसता तो सदांच संवेदनशील आसता कारण तांणी ताजे इमोशन्स एक्टरान खूब कॅप्चर करचे आसता दुसऱ्यांचे आनी जेन्ना हे कॅप्चर करता जेन्ना आपले तकलेन घेता तेन्नाच एक्टर बऱ्या तरेन म्हाका दिसता फुडें आपली कला सादर करपाक शकता आनी दॅट्स वॉट म्हाका दिसता जॉन सराच्या उतरांनी आमकां खबर आसा आमचें कल्चर जे खरेंच डिक्लायन जायत गेल्लें आसा तें आमकां परत रिवायव करून असले तशेंच जिवंत दवरपाचें काम नॉट ओन्ली द एक्टर्स ऑर फिल्म्स ऑर टीव्ही ऑर मिडिया आमच्या प्रत्येक गोंयकारांचें आसा तुमचो सपोर्ट ह्या फिल्माक तर जायत प्लस तुमच्या सोसायटीन सुद्दां जेन्ना काम करता तेन्नाय जाय पडटलो कमिंग टू यू सर एज अ बिझनेस हेड खुबश्यो गोश्टीचेर नजर दवरची पडटा कारण फिल्म इफ सम बजेट जर आमी हें केला सँक्शन जाला त्या बजेटानूय जावं शकता एक एकदां वयरूय वचूंक शकता जाल्यार चडूय जावं शकता सो मेन इम्पॉर्टंट काम आसता तें तुमचें हाव यू टॅकल दीस लायक हां बाबा इतले हांगासर इतले जावपाक जाय कशें कितें करप
मेन कितें आसता दॅट एनी फिल्म न्हू निड्स पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन म्हणजे प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट एक मास चड वयर जावं शकता म्हणजे इट कॅन गो लिटील बीट हियर एंड देर बट दॅट मेन focus should be is always on the after production promotion
exactly
that is a very varying area tachar control dorpa jay that is the main thing that okay what is going to increase the visibility of your movie and what is the best safest and the least cost method that should be adopted
exactly आय थिंक म्हाका दिसता हे फिल्म खरेंच खूब बरें चलपाचें आसा कारण स्टोरी तर म्हाका इंट्रस्टींग दिसता आनी गोंयकारांक जाय तशें एंटरटेनमेंट आनी पुराय भारतवासियांक जाय तशेंच फिल्म आसा. सर म्हाका एक सांगा जॉन सर, तुमकां केन्ना कळ्ळें की तुमच्याच चल्यान स्टोरी बरयल्या म्हणून?
हांवें चल्या वांगडा केलो न्हू तेगे कांय लिमिट्स म्हणटा तेगे फर्स्ट मुवी DVD फिल्म तितून हांव आसना ते चाललोले. मागीर तेणें आनी एक मुवी केलोली एक्शन म्हण,
हय
सो तितून एक्टींग केलोली. आनी सेकंड मुवी तेगेली कनेक्शन, ते कनेक्शन फिल्मा 6 अवॉर्ड मेळ्ळोले, 4 तेका मेळ्ळोले. सो हांव कितें करता, इवन कनेक्शन देखून ताणें म्हाका सांगलें तेन्ना न्हू म्हाका कांय कळना ती स्टोरी, कित्याक ते न्हू फ्लॅशबॅक भरपूर आसलोले, फ्लॅशबॅक. मागीर एक दीस हांव तांचे बोले न्हू फ्रेंड, तांगे बापूय इस न्हू केन्ना तापोवप ना तांकां कांय म्हणप, तुका जाय तें तूं कर. मागीर हांवें ताका एक दीस विचारलें, क्रिस्ट ही स्टोरी तूं शुअर आहा? वय बापा म्हणूंक लागलो, गो हेड म्हणून सांगिल्लें. तूं आनी मुखार कितें करता तें म्हाका सांगनाका. सो सेम हितून जोजो सर आले आनी तेगेलें कॉम्बिनेशन बरें जातालें. सो ते जोजो सर म्हाका सांगतालो आमगे दोगांयलें कॉम्बिनेशन बरें जाता म्हूण. सो ते दोगांय बसोन तेणें आख्खें हें केल्या आनी स्टोरी म्हाका बरी लागल्या, कित्याक टोटल एंटरटेनमेंट आख्खी मुवी पळय स्टार्ट जाता न्हू, इवन सरान देखून जोजो सरान देखून थोडे तीं सीन गायल्याय, एंटरटेनमेंट सारकें बरें दिसता. आनीक फिल्म म्हणल्यार न्हू एंटरटेनमेंटूय आसूं जाय. तूं लोकांक कितें सांगपा सोद तें एंटरटेनमेंटांतल्यान न्हू सांगप जावपा जाय,
तेन्नाच ऑडियन्स थिएटरा कडेन येतले आनी पळयतले. सो टॉकिंग अबावट दी म्युजीक, कारण हो सुद्दां खूब इम्पॉर्टंट पार्ट आसता एका फिल्माचो. म्युजीक कोणें केल्या एंड वॉट कायंड ऑफ म्युजीक इज दीस? लायक चड आमकां सॉंग्स आयकपाक मेळटलीं.
Now, first, technically also, we were very sound with the film. Like the first thing that everyone was shocked was because we had a very good team. Our chief assistant director was a girl from Mapsa who's been with us for 5 years, Sapna Naik. She's also the editor of the film. I think one of Goa's only lady editor.
Oh, wow.
We have then Rajkumari who was handling production. So our team there, we had planned a 19-day shoot, and Chris and I told these two women that it has to be 19 days, it cannot be 12 days. And they said, we will push our people, you push our people, and we will finish the shoot in 12 days, because per day cost is about 2 or 3 lakhs or more sometimes. And they actually shot it in 12 days, where nowhere we overshot time. One, because I was very impressed and surprised with the level and quality of the Goan actors, led by John De Silva. He had certain days where he couldn't come. And those days we adjusted other shoots. We finished by 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. There was no shoot that went beyond 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, except for one which was a planned shoot. So shoot started on time, ended on time. So that was the first luxury we had. The second thing is, when it came to the music, I used to have a band, and my Konkani singing was left to, they used to sing all these remix versions. So I met this gentleman who was doing Padrik Nauna. That time we were doing the post-production for Padrik Nauna, called Elik was. And Elik came up with some concepts which we liked. So then we told him that why don't you, we wanted Goan flavored songs. So we have 3 songs in the film, and then towards the end, we discovered a new guy. That's just at the end of the movie. We discovered this guy called Amit Naik, Waking Grunt.
Yeah.
And we suddenly said, why don't we do a Pedru for the rap song with him. In fact, I think we were driving home from Vibrant Goa only, and Mr. Bandekar had put
rap in Hindi cinema. And that is when somebody told me that there is rap in Goan, Goan music.
And you found Amit Naik?
I said no. So he showed me this video of Amit Naik, Waking Grant. And I said, it's fantastic. Why not we have it in our next Konkani film? So that's how it came about, and we have a rap song in our Konkani film. So I hope it appeals to a different class of people also who are looking at rap. So yeah, so that's a new thing.
So Amit was associated with Prudent. So he was, yeah.
So basically, Aslan also did the music. That we have an in-house team actually. We have a sound engineer who's working with us. So then he said, I have a tune. So Aslan did the music for Waking Grunts. This.
सो तुमकां दिसता म्हणजे आजकालचे यूथ जे आसा तांकां सुद्दां अपील करपाक जाय जाल्यार तांच्या भाशेंतल्यानूच तांकां कांय गोश्टी सांगच्यो पडटल्यो, बिकॉज रॅप इज द ट्रेंड नाव. सो वी हॅव टू रीच टू द पीपल, ऑर वी हॅव टू रीच टू द टीनेज दॅट ग्रुप टू ब्रिंग देम टू द थिएटर. वॉट यू से, सर?
See, I've tried this experiment before of looking at it. Like there are people who have come up with really strong Konkani films also. Like if you make a Konkani film like Doom, okay, or an action based like Fast and Furious Konkani film, still you will not get that audience, because I've seen my own friends also who feel embarrassed to see Konkani films, which is actually quite sad. Their parents will go, their grandmothers, their grandfathers, but the new generation, even if you do something that is fast and trendy, like we've always been told, and this time when we did our survey, it was, you want to really make a successful film, one, John De Silva, two, it has to be Shasti Konkani or Salsette Konkani. That is the audience that will give you your money back.
ओके सर म्हाका सांगा की एज अ प्रोड्युसर खुबशे फावटी आमकां चिंतचें पडटा की ऑडियन्साक आतां कशें हाडटले, बिकॉज फिल्म इज कम्प्लिटेड नाव. सो नाव द बिगस्ट टास्क इज टू ब्रिंग द पीपल टू द थिएटर. You had any plan before, or have you planned something new?
Well, I think we should not reinvent the wheel if it is moving and successful. I think your biggest success is your cast, and with John in the film and all the other cast who are there, who are well known, I think they are the biggest marketing sort of tools that anyone could have. That apart, in Goa, of course, it's always word of mouth. It's about how you portray to the people that you want them to come and see the film. It's a totally different marketing setup and marketing experience and promotional experience as compared to Hollywood and Bollywood films. It has its own challenges of how to do it. So yes, in terms of marketing plan, we knew what we were heading for. We knew what we had to target. We have successfully tried to do it so far, and yet to be done before release of the film. And of course, Goan films keep needing that promotions over a period of time, because it keeps getting screened in different places, different times, different places in Goa. And so that yes, in terms of our marketing, and planning, we really sat with John and Spirit and all, and have got that figured out.
So when this film is getting released?
We have a release date fixed for 13th of
13th of
February.
We only are waiting
February.
censor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Censor, there was a slight delay because our company name changed to an LLP.
So
But
hope
there-
if
it should
that
be in
goes
by
through,
9th.
we are in for a 13th of February.
13th of Feb. मतलब 14th February सगळ्या पावपा शकता. Valentine Day आसा, खूब बरो दीस आसा. You can watch this film
And fall in love one day
Yeah.
before.
So 13th February mark the date आणि मुद्दम मुजरत या थिएटर
7:30 PM रवींद्र भवन.
7:30
मार्गांव.
yes. सर बाकीच्या थिएटरांनी रिलीज जावपाचें आसा?
होय 13 फेब्रुवारी मारगांव प्रिमियर शो 7:30 आनी मागीर 15 फेब्रुवारी 7 PM ESC हा. मागीर 18 फेब्रुवारी वास्को हा रवींद्र भवना. होय
Okay.
पयलीं सद्या हे 3 थिएटरांनी लोकां हॅबीट जालो हा वचोन चोवपाची. सो मागीर लेटर ऑन चिंतपाचें.
एक्झॅक्टली
Okay.
म्हाका दिसता खूब बरें चलपाचें आसा फिल्म, एंड ज्या तरेन स्टोरी और ज्या तरेन कास्ट जी आसा, मातसो कास्ट सुद्दां बाकीचे एक्टर्स सुद्दां
बरे
गोंयचे
हय,
आसा. कोण आसा सर बाकीचे?
आख्खी न्हू ह्या फिल्मा पळय जी टीम आसलोली न्हू, सरान सांगिल्ले ते भाशेन चडशीं फिल्म जी काडलें एबाव 12 days. पूण जेन्ना म्हाका सरान सांगिल्लें 12 days हें फिल्म करपा जाय म्हणून हांवें म्हळें आवय. पूण जेन्ना फर्स्ट डे जालें न्हू, मातशें डिले जालो, पूण फर्स्ट डे हांवें सराको वयता तेन्ना विचारलें, सर आयचे आमकां कितें बॅकअप पडलें ना. सो विथीन 12 days हें आख्खें शूटिंग जालां, आनी जी टीम पळय आसलोली ती एकदम बरी. मोगाळ आनी सगळी आख्खी कॉपरेटीव सारकी, कॉपरेशन सारकें बेस्ट आसलोलें सगळें मोगाळ, आनी तुका फिल्म करता दीस नासलोलें. सर देखून एक पाटी हें एक्शन अशें करतालो. सो लायक फ्रेंड फॅमिलीशी, आनी शूटिंग बी सारकें बरें जालां. म्हणजे कोणाक अशें करून तापपा पडना आसलोलें, एका पळय तेका पळय, सारकें स्मूथ गेलां.
आनी कोण
आनी
आसा
एक
actors?
म्हणटे 12 दिसांनी कंप्लीट फिल्म.
I would like to add, म्हाका दिसता that we should give the name Three Musketeers.
ओके.
Johnson with permission of Johnson.
डिरेक्टर, प्रोड्युसर एंड एक्टर.
No. Johnson is there.
Okay.
Then Spirit Fernandez is there.
ओके.
And then Ratnakar Goekar. No?
Yeah.
Raj
Raj,
Shirokar.
Raj.
Cast you want, no?
Yeah.
No.
cast.
These main जे तीन जाण आसा न्ही.
होय.
So these are
Cast
like
includes,
the combination आसा.
Veronica Fernandez.
Veronica ha,
Veronica is
Veronica
there,
ha,
okay.
leading lady. Then Melvin Dicunia, Spirit, Raj, आनी रत्ना गोवेकार,
मारुती
क्रिस्ता, मारियो डे वास्को,
मारुती
बरें हा
वास्को
कास्ट
also
बरें हा
did,
आनी सगळ्यान एक्टिंगूय बरी केल्या.
सो येस कार्ड सुद्धा अशेंच आसा जे कॉमेडीचे किंगूच आसा सगळे, देन एक्टिंगेचे किंग आसा, इमोशन एंड सगळें आमकां पळोवपाक मेळटलें सर. सर शूट खंय खंय जालें हांगा फिल्माचें?
साऊथ गोवा.
साऊथ गोवा.
साऊथ
majorly
गोवा.
साऊथ गोवा.
कित्याक जेन्ना तूं कोंकणी फिल्म करता न्हू, म्हाका पासून दिसता आमगे गोंयांत अशें करून जायत स्पॉट आहाय जे हांवें सुद्दां चोवंक नाय. सो हितून तुका फिल्म चोयता तेदो कळटलें. हांवें म्हणलें सर अरे सर हो कास्ता दिसता स्पॉट. फिल्म
Like we
चोयतरी
shot
तुका हांव
at
सांगता
certain
इन
places
वास्को तिथे एक सीन आहा तूं म्हणपाचो ना तो वास्को म्हूण. इतू ब्युटिफूल दिसता. सो एक पाटी आमगे गोंय कितू ब्युटिफूल आहा तें न्हू
तें पळोवपाक
आमी फिल्मांतल्यान दाखोवपाक जाय.
सर कोणे पळयले सगळे लोकेशन्स कोणी थारायले?
Again with our team of our in-house team, we have a very strong in-house team.
Okay.
So our DOP Yogesh Kohli actually is an award-winning DOP. He was also the DOP for Ish Tera. He initially refused to come because we told him this is a Goan film, so you'll get 1/4 the budget of your Hindi film. But then because he's liked working with us, we are a very organized team. Everything is on software and on paper. So once we started and he came down, we were very clear that if we had to finish in 12 days, no, we could not go to a location and then अरे हांगा एक window असता, अरे थिंगा एक boat असता, ते boat हुई गेले. Those could not happen.
Exactly.
You know, so that's why we did our recce much before, well in advance, about a month in advance. We went to places, sat down, and we realized one thing with the bridge confusion. If we had to shoot anywhere across the bridge, we were in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
So I gave my team the marking of from Baina Beach to Sankwal.
A lot of study had been done.
Yeah, you have to see. It took us 3 months of pre-production
Okay.
because if your story is not ready on paper, your locations, your cast, your crew, everything, and then we had workshops 2 or 3 times. We discussed the dialogues with people, called them over, so that when they came on set, there was nothing of.
Yeah.
See, it's a very irritating
was
thing
going
to an
smooth.
actor if another actor forgets the dialogues or doesn't know.
Exactly.
Okay. So.
सर तुम्ही डान्स केला फिल्मात?
फिल्मा आहा
No item number, but
नो आयटम नंबर पूण इवन दॅट न्हू हांवें न्हू सरा सांगलां तें पळय सॉंग आहा न्हू तितून तूं हिंचाल न्हू डान्स करता म्हणून हांवें ताका सांगितलां फर्स्ट टायम तुवें एक सॉंग सारकें प्लेसमेंट केला गुड प्लेस केला
लिरिक्स कितें आसा?
लिरिक्सूय बरें आहा लिरिक्स बरें आहा वेडिंग सॉंग कित्याक आयज पासून न्हू वेडिंग सॉंग दाखोवं ना सो वेडिंगा नाचता तेन्ना सॉंग तें
डान्स
हितून
केला
आहा.
म्हणून खरेंच सगळे जाण गोंयकार पळोवपाक येवपाकूच जाय बिकॉज येस सर
ना
खरेंच
आनी
खूब सुंदर नाचता.
आमगे
they
गोंयकार भाव
attend a
भयणाले
wedding basically, so there's a dance in that wedding. Whose wedding it is, it's disclosed only when you watch the film.
movie.
Yeah.
ओके एंड सर एट लास्ट फुडें कितें एक्टिंगेचे सर्बीन कितें चान्सीस तुमचे? सो
म्हाका डायरेक्टर कास्ट करता जाल्यार वाय नॉट आय एम ऑलवेज रेडी.
In fact, wherever we go, people say, "Why don't you cast him?"
एक्झॅक्टली
Again, probably people know him more than as a producer than the actor.
Yeah, probably next film
Yes.
with John as something.
सर एट लास्ट येस म्हाका दिसता की फिल्म खरेंच बरें चलपाचें आसा. ऑन 13 फेब्रुवारी
7:30 PM
7:30 PM
पाय तियात्री सॉल मारगांव
मारगांव.
प्रिमियर शो
सर लास्ट मेसेज तुमची टू
पयलसादेर तुका आनी प्रुडंट टीव्ही आनी एक फावट काळजां सान देव बरें करूं आनी सगळे गोंयकार भाव भयणाक काळजा हॉलाय सान देव बरें करूं आनी जेन्ना हें पेद्रू पदेर रिलीज जातलें सांगिल्ले ते भाशेन पयली शो 13 फेब्रुवाराचेर सांजे 7:30 मारगांव पाय तियात्री सॉलां तेन्ना सगल्यांनी हें फिल्म चोवपाक येवचें कित्याक हें फिल्म आमगे न्हय तुमगेलें गोंयकार भाव भयणालें आनी फिल्मान नांव मोतीन दवरचें पेद्रू पदेर सो सगळे मेळचे 13 तारखेर सांजे 7:30 रवींद्र भवन पाय तियात्री सॉल मारगांव आनी एक फावट सगळ्यांक काळजां सान देव बरें करूं कोंकणी फिल्म म्हणजे तुमगे फिल्म तुमी उखलून दवरपाचें देव बरें करूं.
सो म्हाका हेच्या फुडें आनी काय सांगपाची गरज ना. जॉन सरान सांगलें आख्खे गोंयकार आयकतले एंड थँक्यू व्हेरी मच थँक्यू गायज थँक्यू व्हेरी मच फॉर बीइंग विथ अस. थँक्यू सर थँक्यू.